I'm sorry. The greatest 25 Aussie guitar riffs, played by me, according to me, is still not quite ready. But that means this week you get another sneak peek. At number 1 Hand Killing by Melbourne's 12-Foot Ninja. These guys are like Incubus meets Dream Theater at an Antonio Carlos Jobim retrospective, hosted by Nile Rodgers, on a yacht borrowed from Michael McDonald and captained by Harry from the Cat Empire. Oh, the Cat Empire. Why haven't I got any of that? Get a guitarist. And a huge thank you to Mr. Joe Licciardello on drums for this one too. Check his channel out. All right, let's break it down. So for a start, I know Stevic and Rowan play all that great Line 6 gear and shuriken guitars and wonderful stuff. Now, I'm just playing this on my faithful old Fernandes Strat, the old Fernandes. This one doesn't tune itself, so I'm just doing it in drop D tuning. The riff is in 4 distinct parts. So the first section, I'm not going to do too much theory, guys, but check it out. We're in D, there's D, there's D. So we've got a major 7, flat 9, 9. 4 chromatic notes that you rarely hear together in one riff. So, you know, that start of it, it's an ear grabber. Now, I use a little bit of hybrid picking on some of this stuff. There's no real formula to it, but I just find that way I can keep things muted and clean. Riff ends with that. Each figure in this riff ends with that little shape, and it's important to get those 2 notes ringing together. So that, again, that's a D, that's another root note over the flat 9. Or minor second, or whatever you want to call it. So, or is it an E flat major 7? The second part is the slides. Now you might notice in the previous clip, I play it with octaves. I don't think it actually is on the original, but I just like the sound of that. But what I want to point out here is the riff crosses over the beat a little bit, so it's quite tricky. The other thing that's really important about making this sound right is that slide, the first one starts quite low, like, you know, 5th fret area. But the second one, just a couple of frets. And then those 2 notes again. Now, the third section, this is the trickiest part to play, I think, and it centers around minor second harmonies, which really give that wonderful dissonance, really clash. So again, like all my lessons, I don't know how this was originally achieved, fingering wise. This is just how it sounds to my ear and how I have figured out how to play it. So I'm playing C sharp note, because remember our riff starts on the C sharp down here to the D. So it's an octave higher, but we've got a C natural there as well. So remember at the start I said we had 4 chromatic notes together. Now we've got 5 in a row, because we've got C, C sharp, D, D sharp, D, all in that little phrase. It's tricky, it's really hard to play that smooth. Now you'll notice with this, I keep these 2 fingers lightly placed on the other strings to stop them ringing while I'm sliding my whole hand up and down. All right, then it repeats. Now, the final section of this part of the song, the vocals come back in over this, but I had to include this little Djent sort of riff as well, because it's just so much fun to play. It's very hard to hear because it's so staccato. I don't know if it's just a D or a little D5 chord down there. So that's how I play it. It sounds nice and heavy by itself. But yeah, look, follow along the tabs, tap your foot, have some fun. And tune in next week, guys. Look, don't forget to like and comment and ring that bell so that you don't miss out on these little lessons. And do not miss out on the 25 greatest Aussie riffs of all time.